Here are the trades that I'm in. Here is a trade I'm about to show you that I have an order in that may be filling just as I speak to you. And here's me having a look at some of the charts that you asked me to look at. If you want to find out how to put your name down and put your charts up, make sure that you follow this account. And when I post saying, what would you like me to look at? Well, that's your opportunity to tell me what you want me to have a look at on the charts. And if you have any questions or you want to challenge me, please do so in the comments. I'm more than happy for you to do that. Okay, let's get started with Bitcoin. I'm long Bitcoin. I posted this on, I think my Facebook, posted it in my Discord as well. Bullish candle here. I'm long from the high. I've now trailed my stop to underneath this higher low on this particular candle. It has gone beyond my first target. I have not taken anything off the table as I'm looking at this as a swing trade on Bitcoin. I'm going to hold it for a bit long. Well, I'm going to just keep holding it. I'm in good profit though, so that's good. Bitcoin at the moment is looking fantastic. I've been talking about Bitcoin's pullback into the cradle zone. When people were panicking, I was saying, just relax. It's okay. It's just a pullback. And that's exactly what this has been so far. Same as over here. This was freak out zone over here. And then if you looked out to, the monthly time frame, we got a beautiful pullback in on the cradle on the monthly. Then we look at the weekly and we got a beautiful pullback here. And then we got a beautiful pullback here, back to an old level. It's just, this is exactly how you want trend cyclicity playing out. And the next thing that occurs over some time is if this trend's going to continue, it's going to take out these highs. We're going to see all-time highs in the coming weeks. I believe that there is a significant probability of that occurring. In my personal humble opinion, I think it's more likely that we see new all-time highs than this moving down and setting a lower low and putting it into a weekly downtrend. So I'm very strong and very bullish on Bitcoin on the macro. What it's going to do short term, I don't know, but I'm trading. I'm long. The trend's there. It's looking really, really nice. Bigger picture, looking at the total market cap now. Check it out. Total market cap did what I said. Well, sorry, it did. It has continued on from what I spoke of, which was the pullback in a bullish candle in the cradle zone. That's how I trade. And moving on quite nicely. Again, I do see that we'll push up through 4 trillion. We are through 4 trillion. I do see new all-time highs coming in. Again, probably in the coming weeks. And finally, others, the chart that we all want to see move higher. I spoke of it down here, breaking up. It did. It's also taken out this level. We got blue sky ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Let the alt season begin. With the rate cut, this might just be the red rag to the bull that we need to kick this market into overdrive. Oh, Binance just gone over $1,000. Well done, my furry little yellow friend. Have a look at this pullback over here. Back into that cradle zone. As a matter of fact, I challenge you, draw a 10 period and a 20 period moving average on your chart, any chart. It can be FX, stocks, commodities, bonds, crypto, anything you like. Find a trend on any time frame you like and you watch what it does. This is where I've carved out a 20-year career in that little zone in here. So check it out. If you don't believe me, go check it out. Anyway, some of the things you wanted me to look at. I'm going to look now. We've got on this list Doge. So what's going on with Doge? The old woofer, the big dog. Pulled back into the cradle zone here, broke the high, pushing on, looks pretty strong on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hour. The 4 hour, there's a higher low and a higher high. Start to pull back here. There might be options on the 2. No, I always say to people to trade the trend that trade the time frame that represents the trend the best. 4 hour is that time frame. I'd like to see it push higher, but it does look very strong. And on the weekly here, well, you can quite clearly see there's a bit of cyclicity, higher low now to a higher high. Let the dogs out. Oh, that was so bad. And push on higher. Solana is also in the list for which you have asked me. I was actually hoping to see Sol pull back in a bit further. Feeling pretty smart about buying more back over here. And again, yes, I did put that out publicly. It's moving quite nicely. I'm, very strong on Sol. Simple as that. 4 hour wise, similar to Doge. You got that higher low, higher high. I want to see it rip higher, and then I'll be buying the next pullback. That's out of the top 10. I'm going to go now to Immutable X, as that was one that you asked for. Nice trend. Yeah. Okay, this is more important to me. We've pushed up through this resistance level. I had this on a list for the weeklies. It didn't give me a trade. But now we've got a higher low and a higher high. It looks the most positive this chart has looked in, well, in a year. It's lower than where it was a year ago, but it's looking much more positive now on Immutable X. No trades there for me just yet, but good momentum. Super up next, and it's a bit sluggish, got to say. It's there's no real signs of life down here. I don't know why. It is what it is. The level of importance for Super is to get up through here. It's got to break up through that resistance. Right. The other one was Sky that was asked of me, but there's not enough data on the chart for me to make too much sense of it. There's Sui as well. I happen to be long Sui. I've been long Sui the last few days. I'll show you that trade. I'm long from over here. My stop, I hung in there just. My stop's now to here, and it's pushed up here, so I'm doing very well. Very happy with that position. So Sui is undoubtedly looking strong with a very good, strong upward daily trend with good momentum. I'm feeling very strongly about having a position on here. For those of you that were, for those of you who have been following me for a little while, you would have known for a number of weeks I had this trade out on AVAX telling you about my opportunity or what I was going to do. I've done it. It's gone past its first target. And this breakout on AVAX, following my rules shared in my Discord and also shared publicly with all of you, is now, it's in fantastic profit. Happy with that. I did a video on margin a couple of days ago. The example that I used for that margin was Hyperliquid, which is now pushed on past 1-to-1 as well. A very profitable outcome there. And finally, I wanted to show you a couple of things that I have orders. Well, I've definitely got an order in on CRO. Beautiful. Pulls back into the cradle zone, moves away. Back in, moves away, pulls back in. I got an order long for a cradle trade that follows my checklist system right there. So it's very close to being filled. As a matter of fact, have I been filled? 3964, 3979, not yet. Very close to being filled. And finally, there's Dash. Check this old slugger out. Now you look at AVAX. Higher lows building up into the breakout. Good convergence. Boof, through we go. Dash is looking very similar here, ladies and gentlemen. Higher low, another little higher low here. Good convergence. Could Dash replicate what AVAX is already doing? Well, I think there's a high probability that we do see a move on Dash, given the build-up that we're seeing here. So, yeah, it's just a matter for me now to manage the risk and make sure that I don't have too much open risk in the market. I've got a lot of profit there, but I also need to make sure that I manage the downside as well. Now, if you want to learn more about what I do and see my weekly analysis, it's really simple. Go to the link in my bio and join my free newsletter. That's it. If you want more of this type of stuff, that's what you do. If you've got any questions, if you've got any comments, if you want to engage, do so in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions and help you out where I can. And of course, follow me on X, Trader Cobb, COBB, and here on Facebook as well, because that's where, well, you'll see when I say, hey, what charts do you want me to cover? You'll know, and you'll put them up there, and I'll have a look at them for you. Hope this finds you well. Have a great week, and it's bloody been a ripper. Take it easy, guys. Bye for now.